Okay, it's my privilege to have you today. It was not easy, but we're gonna make it fast and we're gonna make it intense and insightful. So it's an honor to have you, Yahya, and I'm privileged, that we will discuss today. So can you just present yourself, where you graduated from, your age? Present yourself.
Uh, Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Cedrix, for the invitation. Starting with introducing myself, I am Yahia Barkaoui from Tunisia. I'm 26 years old from from the National School of Architecture, and today I wanna share with you my experience and talk about architecture and competition.
Yes, that's great. So, how is the school thing in Tunisia? Because you said you are from the national school, just like me, I'm from the national school here too. How is the school? How was the school experience?
Actually, in my country, there are only one state school that educate architecture. So we are few, but we are so. But the students there, they are so ambitious and they are creative, and I believe in them.
Okay. So, how is the architectural competition thing in your country? Is it popular?
Honestly, it's not popular as it should be, especially when we have only one state school that educate architecture. But I believe in our students. They are so ambitious. I think international architectural competition will be popular in the next few years.
Great. So, like me, you are a junior ambassador of Jacques Rougerie's Foundation. So, explain a little bit what is your role and the competition itself.
Yes. As a member from the junior ambassador team, I always try to share the value of the Jacques Rougerie Fondation, which is how each human being live in the future, how and where we live in the next coming years, without forget our environment, our ocean, and our space.
Yes, because since you have only one national school, I think it would be a great opportunity for Jacques Rougerie's Foundation for you to be present in the school, to be advertising about the competition, to be talking about those problematics, maybe creating an annual event or sporadic event or podcasts where you talk about oceans, you talk about moon, you talk about those typologies of space or of project, or you can even invite online other juniors to come and help you spread the news, or use even these videos you are making to for them to be to know more about it. So,
Yes.
in fact, I know that you are a great designer, so I'll ask you, do you have specific methodology to elaborate your proposals for competitions?
For me to the key to achieve our objective is teamwork and the human networking. I think we should create social rings and interconnected with each others, allow us to share information and the individual more closer to the team. This is my, I think this is my ideology.
Okay, great then. So you mean your priority is about pluridisciplinary approaches?
Uh, I don't understand. Can you repeat?
I say so. Your aim is going with pluridisciplinary approaches, meaning that you bring a lot of other expertise from other fields of science to be able to come out with something regenerative or something new or complete?
Yes, we have to work together. To we have to share information and we share experience and work together to make something new. I think uh, this is the time to work together and make something creative and something new. To,
Yes, yes, yes. I'm on board with that. So, what are your criteria to participate in an architectural competition? Is it the price, or the amount of deliverables, or the topic, or what are your criteria?
As an architect, the only things I thinking about when I participate to a competition, I was it was extend the participation which bring closer to the international current, become more effective, and achieve my goals. So
Yes, can I know more about your
uh,
goals?
yes,
What are your goals then?
how?
Your goals. Can I know more about it?
Yes, I want to achieve. Yes, I want to hit the international ring and become a big architect and famous architect like other legends,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
That's the main goal, I understand. But it's not just about
Yes, I
becoming
have a
a.
big dream. I have.
Yes, yes. Normally, it's just normal. But it's not cannot just be all about becoming a big architect or a well-known, a renowned architect. But what are the tools you think you are going to use in that regard? Uh, Maybe for the
I
moment,
have
because as architects we will surely grow, develop more skill sets, and be able to understand more about our role. But if you want to become a known architect, it's because you mainly want to solve a problem or to relate to a specific issue, like those propose a foundation. So what are the topics you like the most actually?
I work actually. I work hard, and I see architect competition is a really opportunity to achieve to enter the international world and to make new networking human networking and install myself and get more experience to work forward and to make my dream be real.
Great. So, from all competition or design that you did before, which of them do you like the most and why?
I participate in many architectural competitions that I won some of them. For example, my project Union, which is represent first prize, Shuko Master Facade competition. But my favorite one is Premise when we are nominees at the 2019 organized by Jacques Rougerie Fondation. First, because I have the chance to work with a team. By the way, a huge thanks to my fabulous friend Noor Al we work together to make an amazing project. Second, I like Premise because it represents a new way of thinking. When we say premise, is to have that mixed our lifestyle on Earth and on other planets. Also, it represents a new technique of building in space, which is 3D construction that allow us to build an entire station with one missile sended from the Earth. That's the idea, and I
Yes.
like this project. Yeah, that's it.
You talk of premises. meaning a beginning of something, just to
Yeah.
define it directly, the beginning of something. So after premises, what is next then? Because if it's a premises, it means that design methodology, that approach, you try to use it in other projects. The concept or the general idea may be shifted from the moon or from Mars to the Earth, uh, and approach materials or technology in a different way. So share with us a little bit about how we can benefit from the concept you propose in premises to develop other projects.
Premise is actually a new way of thinking. People have to think about living outside the outside the earth. They have to think how we will live another planet except the earth, like the moon, Mars. So premise is an intermediary stage to allow us to understand, to, to get the experience before go out and live outside the earth.
Yeah, great. So, what are the design principles that you use for premises?
I use actually we work together, me and Nur Huda. Uh, I use I think as I think I use 3ds Max to make the design, and actually I love to work with my hand, make sketches and make sketches and like that. Then I move to the next step, which is make it 3D. Usually I use 3ds Max or Revit to make this, to do this.
Yeah, but it's true, I was not talking of the tools, but the principles. So, what are your reference in architecture?
Uh, I'm actually uh, I like Tadao Ando and I like Tadao Ando, Riscan architecture because they use the light like a material. They build with the light, and this is just perfect for me. Yeah.
So, uh, what about since actually we are talking about eco-friendly buildings, environmentally adapted buildings, what are your take on that topic? Because the foundation is all about helping the new generation to design for the future. It means a future in which we are coping with nature. So, what is your stand in that regard?
Yes, for me, I think the foundation of the spirit of foundation is from the nature. The nature. I'm a huge fan with what nature can give to us. That
Mm-hmm.
paradox, simplicity, complexity, light, darkness. I like this duality, this paradox
Mm-hmm.
from the nature, and yes,
Yeah. So it's normal having inspiration like Tadao though, like you said, and I can understand why you focus mostly on light. And even living in Tunisia, where sun is sometimes harsh, where the part of the country is a desert, I understand that you have to deal with light to avoid direct entrance of light, to have diffuse entrances, and so on and so forth, just to render the project livable. So I mean, I'm just imagining what you can bring and propose to mass and to new generation. So yeah. Do you have any tips for young students or architects?
Yes, uh, I always say to students, you should break the walls of the university and search for your real objective. Make your own road and look forward. Yes,
Yes,
they
it's
have
quite
to look forward outside the
the
walls of
box.
the university. They have to make their own road.
Yes, it's quite a long journey. I think what we are still trying to do the same thing. So it's true. It sometimes sound like an abstract objective, but it's not.
Yes, and
Yes, sometimes it sound like
actually,
an abstract objective, but it's not abstract. It's the aim. You cannot tell somebody to be doing this or this particular way. One of my masters here usually tell me find your own dimension and dive in it. It means nothing, but at the end of the day, it means everything. And one of way of doing it is to participating to competition. So it just bring me to this question: why is this important to participate in architectural competitions?
architecture competition like the one that organized by Jacques Rougerie Foundation, it's so important. It's allow us to be different and let us thinking for the future of the humanity. Also, it's real opportunity to build our dreams and walking in the footsteps of legends like Le Corbusier, Zaha Hadid, and other legends. It's a
Yeah,
real opportunity to be different.
yes, it's an opportunity to be taken. Yes, I really appreciate your way of calling French names. When you want to call, you say La Fondation, or when you want to say Le Corbusier, it's French. It's like yes, it's sure Tunisia is close to French, so yeah, there is a
Yeah.
common history. Yeah. I'm very honored to be discussing with you today. And you started one talking about tools. We're talking about 3D Max, Revit. What do you think of BIM approach actually being preached out there to ameliorate the EACO industry, architecture, construction, operation, and control? What do you think of BIM?
I don't understand, sorry.
Have you ever heard of BIM? BIM, Building Information Modeling.
Yeah. Dream is make a life of architects more easy. It's I think it's a whole methodology to do our works, and it's very useful because we don't lose time like other methods. So it's really useful for us. I think that
Do you think that if your design like premises can benefit from BIM approaches or policies or methodologies if you develop it to the point that it must be built?
yes, because premise is a result of a lot of researching and discussing with my friend Nur Huda. We use more than one software to do this, and the good thing is all the software are connecting with each others. 3ds Max and the software of rendering, engineering, structure, uh, all is connecting with each others.
Yeah, you. You just said that you have discussions and a research process with Noor El Uda. So I want to know a little bit more about how your discussion went, how does it started, and how you guys developed it, and what were the main focus of that research.
Yes, first of all I starting do some research from the internet to collect some information, and then I start to make interview with engineers, with my teach also with my teachers, with many persons, and they really helped me to do this.
Yes, I want to know about the content. Or what were you discussing about?
We discussing about structure, discussing we talk about uh, social humanity. We talk about
Yes.
yeah, we talk about history and the future, how we will be future will be, and and many things like that.
Yeah, so when you talk of structure, your project is on the moon.
Actually, my project is connect to the international spaceship.
Mm.
Yeah, for the
So
first step, because it is a way of construction. It's not a real project. It's a way of thinking. You know,
yes,
it's
it's
a
a
way of
concept.
construction.
Hmm.
Yes, it's a concept. We start with the international space ship. Then we move to the next step, which is building and the moon and other planets with the same way of thinking, with the same way of construction and
Yes.
concept.
So how do you deal with gravity out there in your proposal?
How?
How do you think you will deal with gravity out there?
So, yeah, actually, we have to live with the gravity. It's a new. Uh, we have to learn that, and we have this is like the sun, like the light of the day, like the night. It's a new thing. It's gravity. So we have to live with this.
Yo, that's great. So
We have to adapt to the gravity. I think.
yes, yes. What I wanted to bring out with this last question is the fact that yes, to be able to have a pleasant project to send a coherent proposal, you must be open to discussion, open to going towards different expertise, to know more about the environment in which you want to build, to know more about the materials, to know more about gravity, for instance, how to build where uh, gravity behaves differently or shapes differently, where human weight becomes maybe light, where material weight changes uh, properties, especially mechanical properties linked to mass, for instance. So other students that will, or other young architect or other designer, engineer, or whoever want to make a proposal to the foundation must be able to know that to have the same result as you, they must plan well their process, their design process, their sketching process, their the way they will use the softs and everything according to the objective they want to attain. So research, documentation, analysis, sketches, design, verification, presentation, and then proposal. So that is from what you said, that's what I'm taking out. What do we think of it? Is it okay, or did I say something that you did not do?
I think it's okay, but I think always we have to think with a different way to do this. Uh, this is, I think, everyone have to find his style and his way to and here and her and his methodology to do this.
Yes.
It's all about, yeah,
Yes, what you mean is just that you must not focus on steps, but on the adventure that will help you to create something that resemble your way of thinking, maybe.
yes. It's like the kitchen. We have the ingredient, and everyone have to make a new way to mix this ingredient. You know?
Yes, that's right. And talking of kitchen, I have a junior brother that is not in the country actually. He says that where he lives, they can use the same ingredient that we usually use here,
Yeah.
but the result will be different. Meanwhile, they are trying even to cook the same thing, but the result will be different. It means there's a philosophy, a way of doing stuff, so that's not easy. So I was really honored to be able to share with you, to discuss with you. And if you have a last word,
So I would like to give a huge thank to for you for inviting me and for others junior ambassadors team because we are really a family and we work together and we have so good results.
yes, that's great. The aim of putting us together is for us to work together. So it's up to us to be optimistic and to take advantage of each another to help talk about the
Yes,
competition, talk about the foundation around the world. So thank you very much, Yahya, and keep on.